Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all to this session on Introduction to Entrepreneurship. After studying this chapter, you will be able to define entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. You will be able to explain the major economic and social contributions of entrepreneurship. Describe the factors that influence the decision to engage in entrepreneurship. Explain the rewards and drawbacks of entrepreneurship. Explain the ways to enter into entrepreneurship. Analyze the varieties and cultural diversity of entrepreneurship and analyze the challenges for entrepreneurs. Let me ask you a question at the very first. As a BBA student, to continue the traditional role as a job seeker or a job provider, what is your intention after your graduation? Everyone, you will have some intention after your graduations. Please let me know what is your intention after your graduation. Yeah, from your responses, we may come to know that some of are willing to join with the government sector as a public teaching or in a public server in any public entities. Some are liking to join in the private sector. Some have some idea to go abroad and earn money, especially in the Middle East countries. Very few have intention to start your own venture. So this is the trend among our students. So most of the students, according to the survey, research survey, we can notify that most of the students after their graduations would like to join with the private sector. There may be some valid reasons behind that, but this is the trend. Very few are engaging in the entrepreneurial activity. If you are starting your own enterprise, you will no doubt to become a job provider, not be a job seeker. But if you want to be a job seeker, even though you are working for a higher salary, but you are working under someone else. But if you are a job provider, if you start your own business, you may become a entrepreneur or the employer. That means you will be the job provider. It's simple questions. What do you prefer? There are two pictures. So, what do you prefer? So then there's a one picture, a peacock in the forest, and there's a poultry farm. So some is maintaining. But you see there's a difference between these two uh, pictures and to these yeah, between these two pictures, two scenarios. One is peacock, which is living in the forest, maybe facing so many risks, no? Maybe so many risks survive in the forest, but it has freedom. So normally we have the concept in the marketing and financial concept. We have that high risk return to high risk lead to high return. Even though the peacock faces lot of risk, but it feel free and enjoy the life wherever he wants to go. It will go. But even though it faces some risk, but it has it will be experiences of freedom being in the forest. But in the poultry farm, everything will be fed. So it's then they are confined. Then timely they will be given feeding whatsoever. But whenever the owner think feel they will be, no, they will be taken for their purpose. So now this is the difference between these two kinds of, this is how we also if we join a government sector like this, so we will be kept under the supervision and under control. We do not do anything as we think. We cannot show our initiative, or we cannot be able to show anything in that. But if we are in the forest like this, even though we are facing much risk, but we may get a higher return. Likewise, this is a simple example to know about the entrepreneurship. Right. This is the definitions for entrepreneurship. According to Call GA, entrepreneurship is the purposeful activity of an individual or a group of associated individuals undertaken to initiate a profit-oriented business. So then according to Call, it said it is a purposeful activity. So any individual or group of people, they undertake a profit-oriented business. According to Bureau, entrepreneur is a person bearing risk while planning, supervising, organizing, and owning. So here he emphasizes entrepreneur is a person who bears the risk. According to Schumpeter, the father of entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur is a person who convert an idea or invention into a successful innovation. You see, he is the person introduced innovation. So converting an idea into an innovation is entrepreneurship. The person who is converting an idea into successful innovation is called entrepreneur. Again, he said that innovation, entrepreneurship is the innovation and the agency of change. No, change, agents of change. So then entrepreneur only can find the change, convert the change into an opportunity. So that's what he said, that entrepreneurship is the agency of change. According to Hegel, entrepreneur is an economic man who tries to maximize his profit by innovation. So normally economic man is very rational man, no? Very rational. So then entrepreneur is an economic man who will maximize his profit by innovation. So by introducing or engaging with the innovative activity, maximizing the profit. So entrepreneur, according to Peter Drucker, entrepreneur is a person who is maximizing opportunities through systematic innovations. Again, he also emphasizes about the innovation. He is a person. Entrepreneur is a person who will maximize opportunities through systematic innovation and convert a source into a resource. Convert a source into a resource. The entrepreneur will be always finding a source and converting and trying to convert that source into a resource. According to Gartner, entrepreneurship is the creation of new enterprise. Entrepreneurship is the creation of new enterprise. So there are multiple definitions for the entrepreneurship. These are some selected definition for entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. Now I will give you 1 minute. Please define what is entrepreneurship. You may give your own definition. Okay. Now we can include some keywords when you define your own entrepreneurship. So what are they? One, it's a purposeful activity. It's a profit-oriented business, some say. But there are some non-profit oriented business also there in entrepreneurship. There are some social entrepreneurs, but mainly it's a purposeful activity. It's a maximizing profit, bearing the risk, showing the innovation, and convert the source into a resource. So these are some key points when you develop your own definitions. No, it's a entity was, but one or more than one persons can be joining to start. It's showing, putting their innovation and maximizing the opportunities into a meaningful uh, activity. So also bearing the risk. So then you may include the key terminologies when you develop your own definitions. Okay, now let's discuss why people are involving in the business. So simply you just think that what are the purposes the people are engaging in the business. So you know that business is the easiest way to earn money. So there are so many ways to earn money, but business is the very easiest and genuine way to earn money. So then through the business, there are people are engaging in the business for many purposes. What are the purpose people are living? People are engaging in the business. Okay, you may just send your idea, then I will conclude. Right. I can summarize why people are involving in the business. No doubt the first reason is to earn money, to earn profit. So, but earning money or earning profit is not the entire objective. Some people or many people may start their business to earn money or profit. That is obvious. Then we can list some more purposes. Some people are engaging in the business to enhance their standard of living. No? They, they are based from some rural families. So to standardize their life, they are engaging in the business. In some families, some women-headed families are there. They also may be starting their business mainly to for their run their family and to uh, get their standard of living. Some people are engaging in the business to show their talents and abilities. To show their talent. Some are very talented in some certain activities. So to show their talents and um, abilities, this is the business is the way to show their talent. Also their interest. Some people are interested in some activities. So then to show their interest only they may start the business. Some business start their businesses to be independent. Some people do not like to work under others, under the bureaucratic controls. So then they like to be independent. Some people are finding business or entrepreneurial activity is a way of autonomy. Some people are starting their businesses for the social responsibility to satisfy their social needs, maybe uh, protecting the environment. For example, if the polythene products will be harming to the environment, then some people may think of that instead of that using some other product. Likewise, for organic farming, some people they wanted to. Some people, in the sense, some business the entrepreneurs, they think of protecting the society, protect them from the chemical added foods. So then they may be thinking to do a organic farming um, business or agri businesses, organic agri businesses like this. So now in that way, some people they started their business for their passion. So passion from their childhood onwards, they are very interested or they are enthusiastic to be a business men or businesswomen like that. Some people may start their business to give some employment opportunity to the unemployed, no? For the unemployed. So there are so many reasons. For these reasons, the people are doing the businesses. Next topic is economic and social contributions of entrepreneurship. Social and economic contributions. The first one is the economic growth. No, if from the economic growth, everything in but in the economic growth, everything we can say that, for example, if we are utilizing the local resource, so there will be rural development. If you utilize, then automatically if we are engaging in the business, so our standard of living also increased, the level of income, disposable income will be increased, no? So GDP also increased, so that automatically those will lead to economic growth. Other one is innovations. So innovation is the way when we commercialize the product. So then through the innovation, through the entrepreneurship, there's a pave, there pave a way to innovations. So then that will be one of the main important contributions of entrepreneurship. Another one is employment opportunities. No? If we start our own enterprise, we will be able to give some employment opportunity to the unemployed or underemployed. So if everyone like you, if you start your own businesses, you may give some employment opportunities to the unemployed. Other one is opportunities for the women and minorities. So for mostly some women headed families, or then some minorities in the families, for differently able or disabled in the families, so they also might thinking to join or to start the business. So that is a contribution of entrepreneurship. There are some more, then you may refer and get it. So utilization of the resource, so that will be, even though it is included in the economic growth, you can think that, right? Now we'll discuss some uh, remarkable entrepreneurs. So please tell me, who are there are a number of remarkable entrepreneurs in the world, in some other countries, even Sri Lanka. So please list me some remarkable entrepreneurs, then I will summarize. Okay, let me summarize some of the entrepreneurs. Then, according to some famous reports, so we may come to know some famous entrepreneurs in that in the world. So mainly Jeff Bezos. No? Jeff Bezos is the founder of Amazon, and Bill Gates. You know that Bill Gates, the co-founder and uh, earlier chairperson of Microsoft company, Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook, and Larry Page, and Sergey Brin, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Larry Ellison, Elon Musk, then Steve Ballmer, Mukesh Ambani, Jack Dorsey, Jack Ma, Shai Nada, then Nitin Kamath. So there are many famous entrepreneurs. If we take our Sri Lanka, if we go for the Sri Lankan view, we can say mainly, for example, Dr. Desabantu Ayurvedi, that Hettigoda, no? So then had to go to Siddhalepa. So everybody knows that. Then if it's for the female, Otara Gunavartana, no. So there are some. Then these are some examples that we can identify some out. So we have to take some lessons from them. What are the success factors from them? So we have to know about that. For the further reading, you may get them their stories, read the stories, and get some uh, that mean the lessons why and how they become a how successful entrepreneur in the world. Right. Now we'll discuss the factors influencing the entrepreneurship. So there are three categories influencing the entrepreneurship. First one is the personal characteristic. The second one, life path circumstances. The third one, environmental factor. So if we take the personal characteristic, under the personal characteristic, there are two subcategory. One is personality characteristic, other one is background characteristic. So in the personality characteristic, we know that personality character that will be differentiating one person from another. So the special quality we have, everyone have. No? So for example, high need for achievement, internal locus of control. So then normally a high need for achievement in the sense those who have the higher need for achievement, higher need to achieve something, so they will succeed in the life, even in the personal life or academic life or in the business life. So then according to the next one, internal locus of control. So that means one's belief of one's success depends on one's own effort. So that is internal locus of control. There is in opposite to that in external locus of control that says that will be the success will be on the destiny or the fate. So that is the external locus of control. But for become an entrepreneur, internal locus of control is one important personality characteristic. So but we have to believe that our own effort will bring our success. So that is that internal locus of control. Next one, higher tolerance of ambiguity. So whenever changes occurs, we have to bear the tolerances. Passion. So one that's the main. If you want to be, some people normally will say, I would like to be a teacher. So I like to be a doctor. No, I want to work like a nurse. So then there are some professions. So normally from their childhood they are enthusiastically uh, that mean they prefer to be. So likewise the passion from the childhood onwards it's developed. I want to be a entrepreneur. So like that. So need for independence, no, to be independent, risk taking and uncertainty. So then if I ask you some questions to the students, why you are preferring government jobs, so they said that government no risk taking. So every month finish we will get the salary. No, but if we are engaging the business, sometimes we have to fear about the losses. No, even some of the investment there will be losses for even our investment like that. So that is risk taking. We have to as an entrepreneur, if the people who has the risk taking ability and then they will be automatically uh, succeeding in the business. Right. Other one is creativity and innovations. Creativity innovations. Normally, honestly speaking, there are way too many definitions in the word entrepreneurship. But according to the Steve Jobs perspective, entrepreneurship is all about doing really crazy things and accomplish amazing things. So that is creativity innovations. No? Already entrepreneurship is all about doing really crazy things to accomplish amazing things. So it is simply putting a dent in the universe. So creativity innovations is all about thinking any crazy things in a different way. Other one is a determination and persistence. No? We determine I want to be. So for example, if you join here in the university degree program. So if you have a determination, I should obtain a first class, no, I should get a first class, so you will work hard. So you are determined, I want to be, so then you all hard work, effort, everything you will be putting to get that target. So then you have to work on it. So determination and persistence is one of the personality characteristic that will create influencing, or that will influence to engage in the entrepreneurial activity. Right, now we'll go discuss the second factor, that is background characteristic. In the background, in the under the personal characteristic, childhood family environment. So if a father is a businessman, automatically the children also will be liking that. They also will be addicted to learn some business lessons, no? So research surveys tell that the elder son in a family, or mainly most of the families, elder son will be joining into the business if a father is a businessman. So likewise, childhood family business. So that will, uh, from that they will be learning some business materials and business functions, and they will be also liking. They would become a entrepreneur in future. So second one is educations. Now you also learning some education. So the business education, if you get it, so that also will motivate you to engage into entrepreneurship. Third one, your age. So nowadays the young entrepreneurs also emerging. One of the diverse cultural diversity. So then age also will be influencing reasons. Other one is work history. So if you are working, our work history, if I am working in a teaching profession, so then I may think of giving, for example, giving a tuition classes, or I want to create my own lessons in a specific way to reach the students, like that. Whatever business we want to start, then that will be related with our work history. So now these are some background factors. Right, now second factor is the life path circumstances. So what are the life path circumstances? First one, career transition. If you are getting transfer from one place to another place, so then where we may think of starting a business to earn money, maybe it will be the source of getting our to run our family day to day life. So for some families. So second one is negative displacement. So for example, due to some natural disaster or bad experiences like tsunami, so we play you displace local domestic war. Some people are displacing some one place to another place. So from there they may think of starting their business to earn money and to run their family. Next one, unsatisfactory working environment. So some people, they will join in a government sector or in a private sector or wherever. So if they feel that it's unsatisfactory working environment, they switch off that from that job, get a job, and they start their own ventures. Other one is positive pull influences. Positive pull influencer, for example, there are two type of influencers. One is positive pull influences factors, other one is push factors. But now for these life path circumstances, those positive pull influencers will engage, will lead them to entrepreneurship. But there are some other factor also, push factor also there. So what is pull factor? Showing the positive side of factor, opportunity, independence, achievement, recognition, personal development, personal wealth. Even though these are called personality characteristic, those are the pull factors. But there are push factor also: unemployment, job insecurity, disagreement with the management. Sometimes they may feel that their job does not fit into the organization. So, or no other alternatives. So, these are some factors uh, of entrepreneurship. Right. Now, we'll go to the last one. What are the environmental factors will motivate some person to engage into entrepreneurship? Okay, please text me your own ideas. What will be the environmental factors? Okay, now we will summarize. What are the first, no doubt, technological advancement or technological factor? So, the day to day, time to time, second to second, So, technology is changing in the world now. So, the technological change will motivate some persons to engage or think of starting new businesses. Right. Likewise, political changes, political factor and economic factor or social or cultural, socio-cultural factor, natural factors, natural disasters. For example, now you know that COVID pandemic. So one of the uncontrollable environmental factor, or maybe coming from natural disaster, the natural, at least that is uncontrollable, but it's a very challenging factor, environmental factor. So after the epidemic pandemic of that COVID, so how many challenges and threats we face? Especially the entrepreneurs only can convert those threats and challenges into opportunity. After the COVID-19, how many new businesses emerged? So only entrepreneur can do the job. Converting even the threats and challenge into opportunities. Uh, so many businesses now. There are so many threats for the restaurant business. So some business convert the restaurant into online or door-to-door businesses. Some offline business now converted to turn into online businesses. So new mass production. So many new businesses converted. Even the teaching profession, direct teaching converted to online mode. So now there are so many uh, professional courses even to learn English, for example. So through that, so many business people, entrepreneurs will be emerged due to the environmental factor as well. Now we'll discuss rewards and drawbacks of entrepreneurship. There are so many rewards, that mean advantages. So mainly I have specified here three rewards of entrepreneurship, but there are many. So mainly profit. So nobody denied that the entrepreneurship will be giving freedom from the limits of standardized pay for the standardized work. No, so not it is limited to standardized payment. It's freedom from the limits of the standardized pay for the standardized work. Independence. Only this entrepreneurship give the rewards as an independent. That means freedom from supervision and rules of bureaucratic organizations. And next one will be the satisfying way of life. So the entrepreneurship give us the satisfaction, freedom from boring and unchallenging job. No? So these are some rewards. And discuss the drawbacks of entrepreneurship. So what are the drawbacks? Mainly it drawbacks will be taking long hours. No, it's working long hours, not the standardized time limit. So maybe some people will be um, whole the day, maybe except a very few hours for sleeping, but they are dedicating. But in other companies, their time is limited. So if the time is there, overtime will be given even in the private or government sector. But here, long hours an entrepreneur should work. Other one maybe the drawback is a psychic risk, maybe giving some stress, psychic risk. Also, other risk, financial risk. So financially, it's a risk. So there, likewise, there are some drawbacks in the entrepreneurship as well. But even though there are two sides, the positive and the rewards and drawbacks, but rewards will be higher as compared with the drawback. Right. Other one is entrepreneurial routes. What are the ways one can enter into the business? First one is start a new business. Whatever business, finding uh, from the environment to the background characteristic or whatever factors, one may start a new business or buy an existing business. Sometimes no need to invest money on the that means starting a new business. But if the business is ongoing, though they may get existing. If the business is sold, we may buy an existing business. With that name, we can continue. But for the name, we have to uh, pay, as a that mean as a goodwill we have to pay that. But sometime we may continue with that name. Open a franchised business. So with the contractual limitations, we may start a franchise business and enter into the family business. So there are some routes one may enter into entrepreneurship. Other one is the varieties of entrepreneurship. What are the varieties? One is the founder. No, is a founder. There is a entrepreneurship. They may start a new. For example, Bill Gates. No, Bill Gates is one of the world's richest person. No, he's the founder of the Microsoft Foundation. No, along with the Paul Allen. So this is called founder. But after that business, if anybody continuing the business, they will not be called founder, but is a person. Steve Jobs, like that. So those are the founder. Administrative entrepreneur, other one. So an entrepreneur who oversees the operations on an ongoing business. So they are not investing the money, but he is overseeing the business, ongoing business. So he is called administrative entrepreneur. Third one, franchisee, an entrepreneur whose power is limited by the contractual relationship with the franchising organization. So that is another variety. Other one is an entrepreneurial team. No? An entrepreneurial team. First, these are some varieties of entrepreneurship. Next one, the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. So the entrepreneurship nowadays diverse with different aspect. Nowadays, young entrepreneurs are emerging, women entrepreneurs are emerging, minority entrepreneurs also. So emerging minority in the entrepreneurship in the sense in the family some are different disabled, so they also may start their business, no. So that is also nowadays we can see. So immigrant entrepreneur, immigrant entrepreneur. So then one country immigrated to another country, they will be called the immigrant entrepreneur. Other one is part-time entrepreneur. Even you also, after during your academic period, you also may start in the evening time or as a part-time, you may find some businesses. So in our academic sessions, some students are your third year batch also doing those business. So apart from the academic work, then they may find a part-time job. So likewise, so that can also be carried out even after your graduation. Next one, home-based businesses and family business. So those are another diversity of business. Co-preneurs. So join 1-2 person join and do the business, co-preneurs. So there are another important cultural diversity, that is social entrepreneur. Considering the societal expectation or environmental protection, so some entrepreneurs also emerge as social entrepreneurs. So these are some of the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship. Next, we'll discuss what are the challenges facing entrepreneurs in SMEs in Sri Lanka. There are so many challenges, but mainly one is the access to startup and expands and finance. If anybody asks what is the problem you are facing, they will say the investment, the problem of to invest the money. So then that is obviously financial problem for the startup and expansion of the business. Other one is access to market, because already in the market the developed, oh, in the market leaders are there in the industry for a particular product. So then there are great market share, but as an entrepreneur, if from a small and medium, they have a limited, very limited share in the market, no, in the industry. So they are very difficult to enter into the market. So that is also one of the challenge. Then access to appropriate technology, or time to time technology is changing. So for entrepreneurs, that means for the SMEs, yeah, to access into the appropriate technology also is one of the challenge. Other one is access to resource. Okay, now we'll discuss what are the challenges for entrepreneurs. I will give you 1 minute. You may just think and text me your answers. Right, we can summarize. Mainly, there are challenges from the outsiders, that those challenges are uncontrollable. For example, technological advancement or technology challenge, one of the challenges for the entrepreneurs. Political instability, time to time, if the political implement some new and different, it mean um, some barrier, for example, import barrier. So any other political, even in some countries, political instability, the other country will not be willing to invest their shares on a particular country. So this is happened due to the political instability. So that also will be a challenge. So economical factor changes, maybe imposition of the tax or some other uh, legal laws, and implement some new rules and regulations, laws, etc. Socio-cultural changes and globalization. So that is one of the another challenge, globalization. And competitors, mainly, though they are challenging, one of the challenging factor, competitors. So even new younger generation also one of the challenge for the entrepreneurship. Why? Because the graduates, at the very beginning, I have asked you how many of you like to join, what is your ambition. So mostly you like to join into the government sector. You have a attitude that if the government job only will give you, that this is a respect, like will respect your life. You just think, but it is not like. So entrepreneurs, really younger generations, they also one of the challenge for the entrepreneurship. So if you are, every young entrepreneurs like you, after your graduations, if you start your own venture, you also like, you may become like Bill Gates, or you may like become Jeff Bezos, like that. So you may create your own software, you may create your own online shopping mode. So whatsoever, if you're able to create your own talents and own identity, you also may become a remarkable entrepreneur. But our younger generations feel that starting the entrepreneurship or starting a new venture is the second to the government job. So that is really one of the challenge. Right. These are the challenges of entrepreneurs. Especially, there are some two slides, barriers facing women entrepreneurs. Why we are talking about women entrepreneurs? There are special barriers for them. So even men and women are alike, but there are um, scientifically, naturally, historically, there are some barriers for women than men. So one is access to finance resource, lack of support from the society or from the family, negative prevailing socio-cultural attitude. Some people have a negative attitude towards them. So sex discrimination or gender bias, limited research done in the women entrepreneurship, some personal difficulties. because they are playing a multiple role in the family when they are operating or running the business. So their personal difficulties also one of the challenge. Okay, now you know about the story. You try to know about this history story about the KFC. So then I have already shared this story. Then you learn how the KFC, no, they start the business after the after his 65 at the very early ages. He faced so many failures, and his wife also left him, and he was working as an insurance agent. But what happened? So after the retirement, he was fond of cooking his own recipe, but after that retirement, he wanted to show his own recipe, like uh, using fried chicken. So then later on it became into KFC business. So this is one of the story I have already shared to you. Now after the end of the session, what do you prefer? You just evaluate yourselves. You would like to be a hen like from this poultry, or you want to become a peacock. So you just think, considering the benefits and rewards, and um, the ability to enter into the entrepreneurship. So then you may think of you what you want to be prefer. So with that I conclude my sessions. Then I will start my second session with the entrepreneur qualities. Thank you.